Ron, Jill, Samantha, Garrett, Massey. Massey, if you're watching, I love you, baby. This is my first shot, my rough draft, so to speak, of what my goal is to present to the Elite Pitching Coaches Bootcamp. It'd be a phenomenal honor to stand in front of that group of professionals and great thinkers and talk about my experience, my journey through this process, meeting you guys, having my life change for the better, and then using the fuel from a really difficult life event and turning that into the spark and the moment of ignition that would ultimately lead to where I'm at today with the success I've had in my baseball life, in my professional life as as a top 10% sales producer in a Fortune 100 company, as a 27-year-old entrepreneur who's now started my own business. So this is where we're gonna go with it. I'm looking forward to your feedback always. So let's go back in time and start out. My name is Ryan Murphy. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm 27 years old. I am here to talk to you today about my journey, where I started, where I began, and where I should have paid more attention when it came to honestly assessing what it was going to take to play professional baseball, which was my goal since I can remember. So first snapshot we're going to hit is at age 9. And you can see that I'm using Paul Reddick's competitive baseball measurement tool, if you want to call it that. Essentially a rough benchmark of, hey, for how old you are, this is how hard you have to be throwing to be a professional at the professional level, the collegiate level, the high school level. It's a way to hold your son or your daughter or whoever accountable as you're progressing through the stages. So age 9, first time I've ever owned a radar gun. It's actually a radar ball. We're throwing it into a mitt. 57 miles an hour is the number I remember. I was the hardest throwing person in my peer group, which again, like Ron says, up in Weymouth, Massachusetts, that's essentially the equivalent of being the best ice hockey player in Mexico. Nothing to shake a stick at, but at the same time, I'm on the professional track. So what happened before that? What was I doing? Like, what things contributed to me being on the professional track at age 9? Number one, I was a good-sized kid. I'm a left-handed thrower, left-handed hitter. I was a good-sized kid. I was bigger, more athletic, faster than most of the kids my age. I also, as far as throwing goes, Ron always talks a lot about you must become a prolific thrower before you become a prolific pitcher. I was throwing. I was training like a Dominican, not like an American. And when I say that, what I mean is I was out in the yard screwing around with my buddies. We were playing pickle with a tennis ball, an underload implement. We were throwing the football and trying to crush each other playing tackle football. Like, we were always doing something. We were in the backyard, and I was going through my windup, throwing the living shit out of the tennis ball, and throwing the shit out of a curveball and a changeup, and just throwing, man, playing wall ball, off the wall, throwing from different angles. I was training, and I was developing ability. And then I get to age 10, and now, okay, Ryan's a hard thrower. He's a lefty. He can throw a curveball for a strike. He can throw a changeup for a strike. The next 3 years, I'm not focused on the prolific throwing part. Again, I'm not conscious of what I'm focused on. I'm just existing and moving one day at a time. I'm focused on the pitching part. So, age 10 to 12, pitch. Number one pitcher on one of the better teams in Massachusetts, the South Shore Baseball Club, Sea Dogs. Pitching 3 games sometimes at a national tournament. I am logging innings, throwing curveballs, striking people out. The curveball becomes something that is a dominant tool for me at the time, and everybody recognizes it, and I keep going with it. It ultimately saps my ability to develop my fastball velocity, and which leads me to my next moment. So 10 to 12, dominant pitcher. Not really focused on throwing, just enjoying getting guys out, getting all the praise that comes with it, thinking I'm a stud. Still thinking, dude, I'm a pro. That's me, I'm a pro. Get to age 13, time for a tryout. My team disbands, my select team, AAU team, whatever you want to call it, disbands. I go to a tryout for the New England Lightning. I go with 2 of my buddies, Ricardo Sullivan, Brian Bojack, that I played